Hello gamers, this is Sai and welcome back to Which Way Games. Now what does every petrol head love to do? And with that being said, let's get on with the video. I'm going to catch up with you, Si. Just wait, trust me, there's no way you're going to be able to catch up. Oh, I lost again. I did say you wouldn't win.
I did say you wouldn't win.
Now that is just childish.
That's so childish.
My name's Cartoon Guy, and I'm a smeghead.
My name's Cartoon Guy, and I'm a smeghead.
Hey! Got you. Shall we play something else? Like maybe Street Fighter 2? No way. Besides, you cheated last time. It wasn't my fault that your controller came out of its port.
It wasn't my fault your controller came out of its port.
Si, we are not playing any fighting games. Okay, let's stick with racing games. But which one shall we play? I want to play a racing game that combines realism with the fun of the arcade. I have the perfect racing series in mind. Oh yeah, what would that be? You'll have to wait and see, so just sit back, relax, and listen to what I'm about to say. I know where this is going. In the world of gaming, there's always been racing games, and this particular genre has become one of the biggest staples in gaming, alongside first-person shooters, platformers, and fighting games. Obviously, gamers are blessed with the likes of Street Fighter 2, Rayman and Doom, plus so much more, but when it comes to racing games, this particular genre is a firm favourite with gamers of all ages. But where did it all begin? In the early 70s, Atari released Space Race. This humble game would be the first of many to ignite that competitive streak with gamers. And like other games that appeared at the time, Space Race would lead the way for other racing games, especially those of the 80s. Some of these games were Pole Position, Super Hang-On, and one of my favourites, the legendary Outrun. More and more racing games would come and go, each providing a unique style of gameplay. For example, the highly fun rock and roll racing with its vehicular combat system, or the legendary F-Zero series, that brought a whole new meaning for the Need for Speed. A fantastic racing series that needs to come back to the world of gaming, maybe with a fresh coat of paint or a whole new game set within the known galaxy. As gaming technology progressed, so did the racing games found in multiple systems, each sticking with that core dynamic of getting to the finish line in the fastest time possible. But one thing that gamers of the 90s seemed to really enjoy was the prospect of driving real-life cars in the digital world of fun. Of course, gamers got this with the fantastic Gran Turismo, which was all about realism, plus there was also Ridge Racer, which was more focused on an arcade style of gameplay. Now if you take both these games, roll them into one, you'll be left with the legendary Burnout Series. Burnout originally started life within the Need for Speed universe, with game developer Criterion being responsible for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and the fantastic Need for Speed Most Wanted. It was within these games that the foundation of Burnout would soon come to the surface, especially with the idea of focusing on stunt-type driving. Eventually though, the Nintendo GameCube would be graced with the endearing Burnout, which some gamers claim to be the Cube's answer to the amazing Gran Turismo. Now Burnout's a decent racing game filled with some great tracks as well as some fast cars. However, the crash mode is what made Burnout stand out from other games at the time. Being able to cause carnage proved to be hugely popular with gamers, and when Burnout 2 Point of Impact came out, the crash mode returned bigger and better than before. Sticking with the same style of gameplay from the original, Burnout 2 Point of Impact was steering its way to a more arcade style of play, as well as creating that sense of on the edge of excitement with the fun-filled pursuit mode, giving that nod to the Need for Speed series. Burnout 2 was a decent racing game, but when Burnout 3 Takedown graced the world of gaming, it was the perfect combination of high-octane racing and absolute carnage. In fact, it was pretty much a perfect game. With this arcade style of gameplay that emphasised dangerous and fast-paced driving, Burnout 3 Takedown was the crowning jewel within the Burnout series. All the things that made Burnout and Burnout 2 fantastic had returned. However, Burnout 3 Takedown was jam-packed with gameplay modes, ranging from the usual single multiplayer modes, going all the way to the carnage-filled road rage mode. And of course, the world of handheld gaming wasn't left behind. Burnout Legends appeared on the Sony PSP as well as the Nintendo DS, and out of the two, the PSP version is better. Burnout 3 Takedown was so popular with gamers, thanks to its bigger racing circuits in previous games, as well as some of the fastest cars ever made. And although gamers were satisfied with Burnout 3 Takedown, this didn't stop Criterion from releasing Burnout Revenge. Burnout Revenge was a great addition to the series, and despite it being its own game, some gamers felt there was a bit of an add-on of sorts to the fantastic Burnout 3. Now just imagine if you took both those games and combined it into one, you'd have one massive game. In fact, thinking about it now, I'm sure this type of thing's happened before. Since its first release, the Burnout games have gone from strength to strength, with each game packing more and more tracks, more cars, and even more mayhem. But little did gamers know that when Burnout Dominator arrived on the gaming scene, something was slightly different. Burnout Dominator returned to the high-octane racing style of the earlier games. However, the addictive crash mode was missing, but this doesn't stop Burnout Dominator from being a decent game. Eventually though, the Burnout series went open world with Burnout Paradise, which even brought back the fantastic crash mode, as well as allowing gamers to choose exactly how they wanted to race. Burnout Paradise saw the return to the high-octane, over-the-top racing style of gameplay that had made the series legendary. And like the previous games, there were plenty of modes to keep gamers happy, even with some slight nods to the past Need for Speed games, which is definitely one series I'll be coming back to. Overall, the Burnout series can stand toe-to-toe with the likes of Gran Turismo, Need for Speed and Ridge Racer. With each game bringing something new to the table, gamers of all ages will fall in love with the combination of realism and arcade fun. Maybe in time the Burnout series will return to the world of gaming, bringing new cars, new locations, and of course, an even more over-the-top crash mode. Whichever version of Burnout gamers choose to play, a fantastic experience full of fun, over-the-top mayhem, as well as a memorable experience is guaranteed that will have gamers coming back for more. But just remember, the quickest route to the finish line is by forcing the opponent to crash. So there you have it, Cartoon Guy, the Burnout series in a nutshell. Sounds good to me, but which Burnout game should we play? I think we should play the legendary Burnout 3 Takedown. Hell yeah, and I'm gonna win this time. Yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, come back next time where one man is judge, jury and executioner, but how far will he go to see justice served? Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.